Hello, what is up guys? I'm here today, back with another Black Desert video. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the new Olvia servers that are going to be coming to the game, as well as the new gear, the Narchillan gear, that is also releasing. I touched on this briefly in my video last week, but a lot more information came out over the weekend, and this was probably the most popular question during my weekend live streams, so I'm going to go ahead and cover it with all the information we have up until this point. This update is going live on March 24th though, so you don't have to wait long to see it and do it. Anyway, quickly before we get into the video, if you're new to my channel, new to Black Desert, or you've been watching videos on my channel already and still haven't subscribed, please consider it. Helps to grow my channel and you get to stay up to date when new content like this does come out. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it, and let's start off by telling you what the heck I'm even talking about as far as gear goes. So if you've been living under a rock, the Naru gear that you get for playing through the story, just generally playing through the story, you get this gear, you get all the Blackstones you could possibly want to upgrade this thing. If you get it all the way up to the pen stage, the final stage, typically on a seasoned character you exchange it in for Tuvala gear. However, starting on March 24th, you'll be able to exchange it for a new piece of gear called the Minami gear. This gear piece is really strong. It's slightly below pen Tuvala, so it is a really strong piece of gear, and it is definitely better than Oasis gear. The catch to this gear set is that you can only do this exchange quest line one time, so you can only get one set of this gear. So I briefly touched on that mechanic in my video on Thursday, but we got a lot more information about how the exchange is going to work, as well as the stats on this gear. So the Global Labs page update here shows the stats for all of these weapons, and you can feel free to pause it. Link to this is also in the description below, so you can see all the stats. But your TLDR is that it sits pretty much between Blackstar gear at the Duo and Tri stage, and for the sub-weapon sits between a Tri and Tech Kudum. So for the Tri and Tech Kudum, it's pretty much dead center, and for all of the Blackstar gear, it sits closer to the Duo stage than it does to the Tri stage of Blackstar gear. Roughly 35 to 40% of the way up between that midway point. Once again, all these stats can be viewed on the page. It's linked in the description below. And if you don't believe me, you can literally just go to the Blackstar page here and confirm it here in the Central Market. Regardless, that makes it a really strong set. So the quest to trade your Pen Naru gear in for this gear is going to be obtained by anyone who's completed the Calpheon main storyline and has reached level 50, or if you've reached level 56. The quest is going to direct you to the Fugar of Medea, but you can actually complete it at any Fugar in the game, so whichever city you're in, just go and talk to him. And you'll get one series of quests, special assistance, blah blah blah, right down the line for all of the gear pieces. And it says that the quest can get started one time per family from the Black Spirit. So complete it on the quest as the character who's going to wear the gear, which probably means that it's going to be bound to your character. So think long and hard who you want to get this gear set. The gear set itself is going to stack with the Blackstar armor set bonuses as well as boss gear bonuses, so if you're wearing any other pieces of gear as you continue to progress, you can gain the set effect still from it, so that's pretty neat. And if you already have full pen Tuvala, you can melt the boss gear here, the new Narchillan gear, and infuse it into your Tuvala gear for bonus stats. You can do it for one armor piece and one weapon piece. So if you do a weapon, it's going to give you monster damage plus 7. If you do a sub-weapon, it's monster damage plus 3 and damage reduction plus 3. And if you do it on armor, it's monster damage reduction plus 7. And that's the extent of the information for the new gear. Now, if you are a life skiller, we're also getting some new life skill gear. This gear can be equipped at Apprentice 1 and above, and I went ahead and took a screenshot here of the actual text description using the Google Translate app. Basically, 14 days, you need to be Apprentice 1. It's physically called out in the notes, so that little bit that doesn't fill in, that's what it is. Blah-biddy-boo-biddy-bop. 30% increase to gathered items, that's the same for any of like your Manos, Logia, or any gear like that. You get a 50% increase to your gathering experience. This reduction time says 11 seconds, depending on how you catch the translate. This is on a fluid collector, so it's animals and trees, pretty normal. But then the other big bit here is what I'm thinking means translates to your life skill mastery does not apply while using this. Now the stuff themselves have 300 durability and it cannot be repaired, so it's also got that going for it. But yeah, for those of you who want to power level your gathering, definitely going to be a cool tool, especially with the upcoming Olvia servers. So this is the NA announcement that we got on the Olvia servers saying that it's coming March 24th, so it's 100% coming to us in like 2 days, and it's lasting indefinitely. There's no announced date. So the new Olvia servers themselves are only going to be available to people who've been playing the game within their first 30 days, or for people that have returned to the game within the last 30 days and have a total character level under 150. So this is different from how I remember the Olvia servers here. Before it didn't matter as long as you were returning, but now you need to have like 2 characters max level and that's it. Otherwise you won't be allowed to play. The reason I bring up those life skill gear pieces and want to bring them over in for this new Olvia talk is because the new Olvia servers are going to have a 100% EXP buff to life skilling up until you reach Artisan 1. So if you're trying to power level your gathering or any life skill for that matter, these new Olvia servers are going to be great, especially for newer players trying to catch up. In addition to the 100% EXP buff for life skills, there's also going to be 150, 150. Basically, it is a trailing off reward for contribution EXP to help you power level your contribution as you also get into it. And finally, there's going to be a 150% combat EXP and a 50% skill EXP hot time buff running 24 hours during the server, so a slight bump to what it currently has on the Olvia servers. Also, level cap raised by 1 level, so to 61 and 99%. On the NA server, this was also the bit of information that we got about the exchange for the gear, so the Narchillan, I still can't say it. At any rate, that's everything that we just covered right there, so that's also what's coming with this next update. But one more thing that's in the Global Lab information that's not in the NA preview post here is that the buffs for the Global Lab anyway are applied for the 4 weeks of the update to all of the servers. However, it's split, so where it's all on all the time on the Olvia servers, on the Global Lab server anyway, it has been split to 2 weeks and 2 weeks. So 2 weeks get the combat buffs and 2 weeks get the life skill buffs. So something to keep in mind, it may or may not actually come on the Wednesday update. Once again, Global Labs are definitely subject to change, and that's why I generally don't like to cover these. The only reason I'm covering it is because it's officially coming on our version. And the final thing that was included on the NAEU post-release talking about what's coming is going to be the Kaposhi accessory level requirement change. There is nothing about these being retroactive, by the way. Nothing posted here, nor in the Global Lab update do I see anything saying that it will be retroactive. So hopefully that's included with the update itself. But anyway, levels 58 through 61, you'll get the base Kaposhi accessories, and you'll get the Tri-Kaposhi accessory versions for 62 through 65. If you look at the Global Labs update, it also says that the requirement to craft them has been lowered to level 61 as opposed to level 64 for the necklace. So you can also theoretically power level yourself up a pen accessory through this. And that is all of the information that was included on the update that went live on the Thursday, and subsequently the Thursday evening over here with the Global Lab update. So lots of information that came out that wasn't included in my video, which is why I want to make sure to cover it. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the video. So if this video did help you to progress here in Black Desert, or if you're excited about it, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, once again, if you're not subscribed already to the channel, please consider it, guys. I try to stay up on top of updates and all that as it comes. Plus, you'll be helping me out pushing for 100K this year. Anyway, once again, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you at the next live stream over on Twitch, next YouTube video right here, or wherever I happen to see you. Bye.